Welcome to another edition of Barrister in a Balaclava. Now today what I thought we'd talk about is, for those of you who are thinking of becoming barristers, is the choice of which area of law to go into. Because when you're starting out, you won't really have any idea beyond what you may have been told by parents or friends of parents or any friendly barrister you may have met along the way, what each area of law will require, what skills you require to have, what attributes you need to have. And so I thought it might be helpful to those of you who are yet to make your decisions to say a little bit about what each area of law requires of its exponents and also what attributes are required. So I'll start with the two main divisions, or the two main sections, if you like, of barristerial work are crime and everything else. Now that's not to diminish the area of everything else, because within that category are many separate areas of speciality. But the important distinction is that whereas in criminal work, one will address in due course, after one served one's apprenticeship in the magistrates' courts, one will be addressing juries made up of 12 people, ordinary people drawn from the electoral register. And the art of advocacy to 12 people is very different to speaking to a single judge or a group of 3 or maximum 5 judges in the Supreme Court, perhaps 9 in an exceptional case, but it's judges hearing the case rather than juries. Now, the different styles of advocacy involved are key to the understanding of what it takes to be a successful criminal barrister, as opposed to what's required of the skilled and successful civil barrister. Because to speak to and address 12 people whose backgrounds, educational circumstances, personal circumstances you have no idea about, in a way that persuades them to accept that your case is strong and sufficient to either prove someone's guilt or show that the case against them is not established beyond reasonable doubt, takes a lot more than intelligence. It actually takes a lot of emotional perception, perceptive qualities, and being able to craft a message to be conveyed to 12 people which they all can understand, all appreciate, and all buy into. And that is a skill which comes only with time. You can't learn it from a book, you have to acquire it through experience. The civil barrister, on the other hand, will, in addressing a single judge or panel of 2 or 3 or even 5 judges, will be receiving responses from the judges. They will question you, they ask you about your case, they take you down paths. I'll tell you a story in a moment about one famous case where a judge took a barrister down a particular path which led to a cul-de-sac which he couldn't return. I'll come to that in a moment. But you'll have feedback from the judges who will ask you, well, Mr. Jones, you say this. I don't quite follow what you're saying there. Surely if this means that, and so on and so forth. So you get feedback, so you can feel how the case is being perceived by the judges. In a criminal case, you have 12 jurors who sit there, they're not allowed to speak. They just sit there looking at you throughout the trial, looking at the witnesses, and you have to somehow craft a message which will convince them of your case being the correct one without any feedback at all from them. And that is a skill of human intelligence, human perception, which you will have to have if you're to become a successful criminal barrister. Now, the story I'll tell you about the judge, and it's a story which I always remember, because whenever a judge asks a civil barrister, commercial barrister, or any barrister in a civil case, so what you're saying is, or is it your case that? My advice would be never, ever say yes without qualifying it in ways such as, yes, provided this, that, or the other, my lord. Because if you do that, you may suffer the fate befell this barrister. He was in the House of Lords, which was the precursor of the Supreme Court, and the famous law lord was asking this barrister questions along those lines. So he was asking, so what you're saying is this? Yes, my lord. If that's right, then it must follow that da-da-da-da. Yes. Now, if those two things are correct, then it must necessarily follow that this is the consequence. Yes, my lord. And if that's right, then this must follow. Yes, my lord. The barrister said, satisfied that he must have clinched his case because the judge had propelled him towards victory. That's not what happened. The judge looked at him and said, now tell me, Mr. Smith, why do you say that? Now, can you imagine the horror of that barrister when he realised that the judge had led him to a series of propositions to a place where he couldn't return, from which he couldn't return. He was stuck there, high up in the hills, without a way back down. Now, had he qualified it by saying, yes, provide it, or yes, but on the understanding that, he would have had a chance, if not necessarily successfully, at least to have a go at getting back down that hill. But no, he was stuck in this propositional hellhole without any means of escape at all. And so I've never forgotten that story, and always, if you ever see me in court, or if anyone's ever seen me in court, I will never accept a judge's proposition without qualifying it, in case I need to have a retreat, a way back out. So that's what I think I can usefully say to you about criminal work and civil work. There are lots of tales I will tell in the course of further videos, but for now, since we're going to keep these short, so stop there and invite you to return next time we post a video, which will be on this channel, Barrister in a Balaclava. If you wish to subscribe, you know how to do it. There's buttons appearing either down the bottom left or the bottom right. I don't know where it is, I don't do this stuff myself. Click on it and you'll be a subscriber and you'll get all these videos as and when they are uploaded. For me, for now, that's it. Other than to say, you may wonder about the uniform I'm wearing today. This is a normal barrister gear. I normally try to shoot these things in my casual shirts, but today I was caught a bit on the hop, so I've had to do it in the middle of my other work, barrister work that is. So that's all for now. Until next time, goodbye.